Welcome, my friends. I'm so excited to be here with you today for today's Dr. Willow Show, the place where we're bridging together sexuality, spirituality, and medicine. And I have to just tell you right off the bat, I had no idea what I was going to talk to you about today because I have been doing massive home projects. So my head has been in a completely different space than sexuality and intimacy and bridging it all together through the medicine in your body. However, after being up on the roof and screwing in screws to a corrugated metal for 2 days in a row, I was going to sleep last night and I was seeing the visions of all the screws and all the corrugated metal. We were creating this whole outdoor roofing area. And and while I was having those images pop through my mind, I was dropping deeper into the sensations in my body, which were very different than I normally have because I was using different muscles. I was climbing around on the roof. I was on my knees all day, didn't have knee pads on. Wear knee pads if you do any roofing, people. And so it was just a very different somatic experience when I was lying in bed last night. And I was able to drop in deep enough to my breath and to presence with the place that I was in that moment. And I placed my left hand over my yoni and my right hand over my heart. And I just did some deep breathing and really called in that sense of intimacy with myself. So this is just an example of it just not being there. Sometimes it's just not there for you to experience. And there's still an opportunity for you to create it. And so I run into this all the time with my clients and my patients who come for low libido, or they've been in a relationship for many years. Maybe they've been married for 25, 30 years, and they really are not feeling that drive and that passion and that fire. And that's really natural. That's really normal. I mean, when you've been with the same person and you have this other relationship with them of like household stuff and, logistical stuff, and, it's a partnership in that way, but then to bring it to that partnership in an intimate and a presence and a loving and a sexual way, that just takes, it takes action, right? It takes doing it. It takes actually dropping into your breath long enough to feel that connection isn't there, and then putting your hands on your body to create that connection. And sometimes when you're with a partner for a long time, it's about dropping into your breath and dropping into presence with them long enough to realize what connection is missing between the two of you, and then placing your hands on their body. But you always want to do that from a full place inside of yourself. So today, what we are going to talk about is how to level up your love life in just 5 days. I've got a really fun boot camp prepared for you, and that's going to be starting on September 6th. And we're going to be going through all the different ways that you can level up your love life in just 5 days. And what I want to say about leveling up your love life is it requires leveling up your life in general. Like you've got to level up yourself in your own life. So it's really all circling back to what's going on with you. And leveling up your life is something that you can be doing actively and consciously through practices, through readings, through tuning in to certain speakers who are speaking about that, to really just dropping into presence for yourself and listening to what do you need in order to level up your own life. But then there's also sometimes what happens for people is the universe comes in. The universe comes in and says, okay, it's time for an up level in your life. And that happened to me recently. I had, for those of you who didn't catch that last 5-day challenge that we had, I had just gone through the most beautiful, intimate experience of my life, 4 hours of just deep connection and intimate bliss and just really being seen and met and in that state of deep union and presence. And from that, I literally went into the worst accident I've ever gotten into in my life, a 60-mile-an-hour car collision. And it wasn't either one of those things that actually caused this up-leveling in my life, but what I did with those two things, because they came so quickly, right back to back. So then as I was going through the whole trauma of that car accident in the ambulance and in the ER room, I was actually feeling so much sexual and sensual pleasure moving through my body. I was consciously pulling it up through my body, rolling it through my body so that I could heal the trauma as it was happening in the moment. And it was just so powerful. And so that was the universe coming in and orchestrating this incredible experience for me to be able to step up into a new level of what I stand for, which is using your sexuality to create more vitality, more health, more longevity, more awakeness in your mind and in your body and in your life. So that is another way that up-leveling could happen for you in your life. It could be the instrument of the universe coming in and causing some smorgasbord or collision of things, and then you deciding to do something positive and beautiful with that. Or it could be more of a gradual, slow process whereby you are practicing your Taoist sexual practices each day, doing your jade egg routine each day, doing Qigong or yoga, meditation, whatever it is that really is going to help you come up to a new level of yourself in your life. So, my friends, when we get to this 5-day boot camp on September 7th, we're going to be covering all of this. We're going to be covering all the pieces of what it means to really level up your love life. We're going to be talking about the spiritual side of things, the physical, the somatic, and the psychological side of things. There's this really powerful psychological side of things that gets in the way of you really having the intimacy that you so deeply desire and deeply crave. And for many, many, many people, it's just a matter of getting in touch with what that desire is. What is it that you truly want out of a partnership? What is it that you truly want for yourself when it comes to sexuality? What is it that you truly want for your body in the long run? You know, no matter what age you're at, there's still life ahead of you. And so how do you want to live it? How do you want to show up? How do you want to really present to the world? And what kind of magnetism is going to come from that? So we're going to be covering that all on day 1, right? And then on day 2, we're going to be getting into the physical inner workings of it all, which is your estrogen, your progesterone, your testosterone. Those are the main 3 hormones that we're going to be talking about, but there are so many more hormones. And sexuality is really the foundation of your sexuality is your hormones. It is your endocrine system. So having a deeper understanding of that, knowing how those work inside of your body is going to make a world of difference in how you show up in your level of confidence, in your ability to know what you want and ask for it, in your ability to just navigate through your monthly cycle, whether you're still having a menstrual cycle or not. You still have a monthly cycle. Even if you're a man, you still have a monthly cycle. So we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to be covering that on day 2. So that's going to be September 7th. And then we're going to move right on into, the 3 ways that the patterns that you have been playing out in your life, right? They continue to stamp out. Doesn't matter what relationship you're with or who you're in, relationship with, it's always showing up the same way, these patterns. And they come from when you were, had your very first trauma, which was when you were a child. And so we're going to look at that and we're going to kind of dissect that and pull that apart and how it's affecting you physically, how it's affecting you in your relationships, and how it's affecting your level of confidence, your ability to really, really be sovereign in your truth around what it is that you deeply desire. I cannot wait for that. And then we're going to keep going and continue through this 5-day challenge, this 5-day boot camp, Level Up Your Love Life. I'm so excited to present it to you. It's going to be so powerful and so fun. And we're going to be meeting each day at 9 a.m. from September 6th all the way through to that Friday. Forget the date, but that Friday. And we'll run about 45 minutes to an hour for each class. So I look forward to seeing you there, to having your participation, to really, really meeting you where you're at and hearing from you. And if there's anything that is coming up for you in your life right now, as far as relationship to your own sexuality, relationship to partnership, relationship to your body in general, or just wanting to call in more of that deep spiritual connection, whereby you feel like you are connecting with spirit just by connecting with another person who is coming together in their fullness and you coming together in your fullness, that union of two entirely whole beings as they come together. I just wish that for everyone on the planet, especially right now, because there's so much disconnection and separation. And really what we need to be doing is coming back into union. And the way that we do that is we come back into union with ourselves. And from there, we come back into union with one another. So I can't wait. I'm super looking forward to it. We're going to have amazing prizes, free coaching sessions with me, one-on-one coaching sessions with me. We're going to give away jade eggs. So we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a good time. So I hope to see you there. Just register for this boot camp below, and we will look forward to connecting with you very soon. Namaste.